Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy to have you here. So today I have an ETF that I want to talk to you about. Now I know I'm always talking about Berkshire Hathaway, the stock, and the ETF, the Schwab ETF, SCHT. Those are two of my favorites, but I have a third favorite. And this is at least just as good as them, in my opinion. I think it's fantastic. I don't think I've mentioned it yet on the channel. Okay, here it is. It's the Vanguard Healthcare Index Fund, ticker symbol VHT. And all the stocks in this index fund are all healthcare stocks, okay? In fact, 93.3% of them are healthcare stocks. So it is a healthcare fund. 3 of the stocks in the fund are also on the Dow. At least the top 3 are also stocks that are also on the Dow. So here we go. So here's what I want to talk about here. It's got a yield of 1.34%. So it's got a dividend, which I love. I know some people don't. I love it. And let's see. It's got. We'll just go right over here and we will check. Okay, so it's got net assets of $20 billion. PE ratio of 21. And, oh man, I love this thing. I mean, check this out. Check this out. Back in January of 2013, so just a little over 10 years now, this stock was this ETF was $77. Now it's $237, but it gets better than that. That's not total return. That doesn't count the dividend adding up for all those years. So think about that. That's over 300%. That's without the different dividend the money made. It went from 77, today it's 237. I mean, come on. You know, this is a fantastic ETF. Absolutely one of my favorites, hands down. Got a dividend, the whole thing. So check this out. Here is the top 10 holdings, which make up 41% of the ETF. Johnson & Johnson, over 7%, which is on the Dow. United Health Group, over 6%, which is on the Dow. Pfizer, over 4%. Abbott Laboratories, over 3%. Thermo Fisher Scientific, 3.5%. AbbVie, about 3.5%. Eli Lilly, 3.38%. Donner Corporation, 3.34%. Merck, which is on the Dow, 3%. And Medtronic, 2.89%. Okay. Now, I mean, if that's not a winning ETF, I don't know what is. But I got more for you. It gets better. It gets better. Let's see if I could find this. Right now, I'm just on the summary of Yahoo Finance. Let me go to, it's probably, well, okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, the top 10 holdings, 41.04% of total assets. 99.3% of the sector weighting is in healthcare. And then it dabbles, the other 0.70% is in a little bunch of everything else, like 0.28% in basic materials and so on. Almost nothing. Okay, so, which I love. I mean, healthcare, I mean, come on. What do we always talk about? Where does all our money go, right? I mean, what's the most expensive things? But credit cards, housing, healthcare, all doctors and hospitals, they make crazy money, right? Everybody's money goes theirs too. That's where everybody's money goes. So, let's see. Holdings, let's go to, all right, I got to tell you about the performance. Listen to this. From 2004 to 2022, the annual total return percentage history, right? And so in those 19 years, from 04 to 2022, it only went negative 3 times in 19 years. And the only times it went negative were in 2008, 2022, of course, and 2016, okay? That's for the whole years, okay? And the worst it ever went down was in 2008, and that was 23%. And what did the S&P go down that year, right? Like over 50%, 50% or something, you know? The worst it ever did ever was 23. It went negative 23.5%. In 2016, when it went negative 3.33%. And in 2022, negative 5.52%. Almost nothing. The best it ever did was in 2013, plus 42.67%. The next year, 25.38% positive. So out of 19 years, it went positive 16 years, only negative 3 out of 19. It's unbelievable. And I'll tell you, a lot of these gains of these the 16 years it was positive were at least 20%. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 years were 20% or more, and then we have a few 19s and 18s. I mean, this is crazy. You know, this is a fantastic ETF. I would stake my reputation, and I don't say that easily on this ETF. I love it. I love it. I think it is just as good easily as SCHD, the ETF, or the stock, Berkshire Hathaway. I would absolutely load the boat on this one. And like I said, this is one of my top 3 of investments. Okay, so SCHD, the ETF, Berkshire Hathaway, the stock, and the ETF, VHT, Vanguard Healthcare Index Fund. Okay? So, oh boy, what else can I talk about with this thing? I know I'm getting ridiculous on how much I love it, but it's fantastic. So, yeah, I really would load the boat on this one. And I'm going to. I already own it, but I want to put more in it. And you know, one day I'm going to have a video probably called like the perfect portfolio or something, and how to beat the S&P. And this is going to be one of them. This is going to be on there. One day I'll have a video dedicated to that. But, well, I guess that's about it for today. I mean, you know how much I love it. I've told you somewhat about it and its performance and what it holds. And, yeah, it's a fantastic ETF. In my opinion, load the boat. I don't know how anybody can argue with that, although they can probably argue with anything. But it's got, you know, everything you want, you know, including a dividend if you like dividends. And a small dividend is 1.34%, but a dividend nonetheless. And I like dividends. I think it makes a company not do crazy stuff because they got to pay out that dividend. You know, they can't go buying these junk companies. So anyway, yeah, I love it. There you go. Thank you so much for being here. Until tomorrow, bless each and every one of you. I mean that. That's all I got. See you tomorrow. Peace.